nothing. Walk the fuck all over me.
That's not walking over.
Listen, it
love
is.
Compromise.
No,
you compromise in your fucking sleep.
You compromise.
Give the person you love something.
Exactly. But if you feel that this is not what you want to do at this present moment, you have to say that. You have to say it. Because if you keep doing it, and you know in your heart you don't want to do it, it's going to fuck you up mentally, and you're going to start to hate that motherfucker. That's what fucks up relationships.
That's
you have to say what the fuck you want off rip.
So you don't want to give her
that.
That's just not going to fucking work.
No. You're not understanding.
I am understanding. This shit's
I'm not saying, no, fuck you, I'm not getting you. If I feel like, oh, yeah, I got you, don't worry. But if I'm tired, like, no, just get it yourself. There's no problem there. Why is that a problem?
It's gonna cause a fucking problem.
No, it's not. It's not every time.
Why you not gonna do it? Look, now she got a fucking attitude. She didn't do it. You didn't even know why she had a fucking attitude. Now look, now G, what you gotta do? You gotta do extra shit.
Then you with the wrong fucking person then.
Nigga,
because
fucking every relationship
person.
Is at the
Because
bottom of the
I
shit,
know for a fact. And listen, if I get up and go, woman, I got you. Don't worry. The next fucking night, if I'm asked to say, and I know this for a fact, if I go, no, I don't really feel like. Okay, don't worry. I'll get up and go do it myself. And bring me one, nigga. So it's not, no, I don't want to hear that shit. That's what fucks up relationships.
That's a drink. Okay, if you is as shallow as a fucking drink.
Give me another example.
Nigga, but
that's not a drink.
Your pride won't let you get out of fucking bed to fix a drink.
Why is it always pride? It's not pride, my nigga. What the fuck? It's not pride.
Number one, first, if you're in fucking love, and she asks you to fix her.
Being in love is understanding. If I sit here and tell you, I feel like really getting up.
You just said it's a simp shit. Like she's walking over you because you had to go to the kitchen to fix something.
When you don't want to, is what I'm saying.
Relationships, you do a whole bunch of shit you don't want to do.
Listen,
you ain't gonna be in a relationship and just do what the fuck you want to do.
Not all this. You don't understand what I'm saying. It goes back and forth. We both are gonna have to do some things that we don't want to do. Nah, it's not everything. It's not everything. It's not everything though.
Did I say everything? It's a lot of shit.
Things you have to put your fucking foot down and be like, yo, I'm not doing this.
You're saying put your foot down on getting a drink.
No, I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that specifically. I'm using that as an example. I'm not saying that specifically.
You know how
that's simple shit. I can get up and go make a drink.
That's what she would be like, nigga, really? You can't go make me a drink?
I'm using that as an example. Let's get off the drink shit because that's simple shit. You get up and make your girl a drink. That's simple. What I'm saying to you is... So give me an example of something that's not in a relationship that you would say no for. Alright, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you live with your girl, right? Y'all live together. Call it some town or something, y'all live together. Let's say that her family lives... I'm going to give you a specific fucking example. Let's say her family lives, let's say 5 miles away. Pretty close, right? That's pretty close to where you live at. Now, let's say that she's a very family-oriented person. Right? So let's say, every little thing, let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. Now let's say 80% of the shit you do, right? You go. You put on the sweater on Christmas. You put on the fucking pumpkin patch on Halloween. You do all that shit. Now, let's say we'll use sports. Let's say you're a fan of the fucking Notre team or whatever the fuck it is. Let's say they have a game the same day that there's something big happening, like graduation or something once in a lifetime shit. So, as a man, not even a man, as a person, if you go to her and say, yo, this is big, so I'm gonna go to this. But the smaller, more insignificant things, I'm not gonna go to every one. I'm gonna go to some of them. The bigger ones, the holidays, I'll go to. But if your little nephew made a popsicle stick house, we're not going over the house to go look at the shit. That's more than fair to me.
Is this after you've been going? Like, have you been going 80% of the time?
I said you've been doing 80, but 20, you'll not blow off, but you'll find something else to fuck with you. Now, if that girl gets an attitude, or that person you're in a relationship with gets an attitude, because you said that you're gonna go to the big things, but you still need, time for yourself to do certain things, that's not the person you should be in a relationship with. You should not be in a relationship with that person. You should not be in a relationship with that person, my nigga. How is that a bad example? If I'm doing these things that, I don't want to do all, but I see it's important to you, there's my compromise. But where you have to compromise is, I'm not going to all. I'm going to some. The compromise is
are you flipping it from 80-20 to 20-80?
Not at all. What I'm doing is what's the fucking word? I'm reiterating what it is. Because sometimes in human nature, you're gonna get, annoyed, especially women. You're like, what do you mean you don't want to come, this, that, and the third? If you make it clear off rip, like let's say you see the trend going, oh yeah, we're going this, we're going this.
You in the trend already. You doing it.
What I'm saying, no. I'm saying like when you first start going out, you first move together, you're like this and this and this. You set it off rip. Listen, look, I'll go with you to a lot of these things, but I'm not going to all. Because I need my time, to decompress and chill. They live right fucking there.
Most people don't even set that off rip. Because when you just in a relationship,
why shit will fail.
what's the problem? You're trying to please that person.
And that's why shit will fail.
Right?
And that's why shit
so
will
the
fail.
moment you don't go to the shit you been doing the 80, it's like, why you, what's the
that's
problem?
why shit
Her
will fail.
family's asking why you're not going. Why you're not saying that?
Which is why you have it set off rip.
I feel that's a bad idea.
Once you go to like maybe the first 4 or 5 and you see this becoming a trend, you gotta nip the shit in the bud right there.
But
like,
what possibly are you nipping in the bud? Like you family.
You setting the tone that you're going to every little single fucking thing that goes. No. Once you're near the beginning is the time where you figure out what this person's things are.
She may say it's even if she says it's okay. That shit gonna come up somewhere else.
Well then, like I said before, that's not the person you're supposed to be with.
But then that compromises what you said earlier. That if you can't compromise on that, but you'll compromise on somebody falling out of love with you.
No.
I don't want to like
no.
if you're not willing to work through her getting upset that you're not coming to family events, you're not a person to be with, but you're willing to work on somebody telling you to your fucking face, I'm not in love with you no more.
You see what I'm saying?
Gee, but you get exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Look, you on 2 different spectrums. So look, you will work through somebody saying, I'm not in love with you no more, but motherfucker mad at you, but you ain't because you stopped doing the shit that you've been doing already. That's not the person for you.
No, the person that's not for you is the person that, 1, is not willing to work through anything, is not willing to hear your fucking points on anything, and 3, not willing to compromise. That's on anything.
And
from the littlest shit to
all
all the way falling out of love with you. I said that it's a situation by situation basis. I said that. And you can go back on the fucking tape. I said that. I said it's a situation by situation basis. With all of this shit, it's a situation by situation basis.
I get the situation. Nothing is 100%, motherfucker.
Never.
But I'm telling you this. I'd rather work through someone being upset that I'm not going through some shit than working through somebody out blatantly saying they're not.
Well, of course.
But you just said they ain't the fucking person for you because they mad.
In either situation, which is why I said what the fuck I said. I said it's in either situation.
That's why I said that was a bad example.
Oh, that's why